Residents across the Northwest Territories are waiting to see if life will become more expensive as a result of the Power Corporation's proposed rate hike. Residents say they're already paying extremely high prices for necessities like groceries and gas, and that higher power bills will be too much. Luke Carroll has that story.
The proposed rate hike is not sitting well with residents and community governments across the Northwest Territories. From Yellowknife to N.W.T to right here in Yellowknife.
The rate increase is going to affect all of our facilities, and including the ones that are going to be opening in 2025, such as our aquatic center. So this will have a material impact on city operations.
Now, Van Dyne says it's up to council to determine how the city manages the rate hike, whether that be through raising taxes or user fees. But he says council and administration are worried about the affordability for Yellowknife residents.
We're very concerned, and I think council is too. The cost of living is high anyway, and when you're increasing the cost of living, it has a material impact.
But it's not just people in Yellowknife who are concerned. Lori-Ann Bertrand lives in N.W.T. She's about to move into her own home with her partner and child, which she's excited for. But now her budget is being put into question.
So, including myself and my family will be on our own for the first time. So it's very unfortunate.
CBC News also spoke with the mayor of Yellowknife, who says people are already paying high prices for things like groceries and gas, and that increased power costs could be another devastating hit to their pocketbooks. Now, the rate hike is far from final. The Public Utilities Board will look at the proposal put forward by the NTPC and decide whether it made a compelling enough case. Luke Carroll, CBC News, Yellowknife.
Low water levels and the cost of fuel are to blame for the proposed rate hikes. That is what the minister responsible for the Northwest Territories Power Corporation is saying today. Caroline Wozniak says the costs NTPC is facing are out of its control.
The costs that are being incurred right now start from the low water system that we're in right now, which started sooner than typical cycles, seems to be lasting longer, was more extreme. Fuel costs since 2023, the last time they had to file, have gone up over 40%. And meanwhile, while there's always some inflationary costs also being incurred, there's no growth in terms of the customer base that we have and in terms of the revenues that we're receiving. So what happens then when the Public Utility Board requests a filing by the utilities, which is the situation we're in now? You have to put forward the costs that you're facing, and then the Public Utility Board ultimately makes the decision. But the costs that we're facing are as I've described. So we're not in much of a situation where we can change those costs. Now, the question from the N.W.T side, of course, is what we can continue to do to try to support, whether it's through a direct subsidy or whether it's supports to various infrastructure projects, and that can then ultimately bring down those costs. But it would be coming through from the other side of the other hat I'm wearing, which would be obviously on the government side.
Wozniak says there are opportunities where the N.W.T can step in and provide subsidies, and that would bring down the impact on people's bills if the rate hikes do go through.